Hello, and welcome back, guys. Welcome back to level 2 of the Aven tutorial series. I hope you enjoyed the first level. I hope you learned a lot, because you really need the mechanics you learned in level 1 for this level. This is a bit more advanced, and it requires you to master rocket wall jumping and rocket jumping and other fancy mechanics that we'll get into later on. So let's just go right ahead. This is just something that forces you to rocket wall jump. It's really simple. You've probably seen some of this before. Just forces you to do, oh shit, back again at the fails. Oh well. Well, I don't really know any other way to do this. Well, you could probably EJ that way or do some black magic over there. I don't know. Doesn't really matter. Let's just continue. You know this. Not too hard. You should be able to do this. If you manage to do the first level, you should be able to do this too. Now this is interesting because this is actually really easy. It just looks hard at first glance because you get unlimited ammunition. But trust me, if you start to rocket jump all the way up here, you don't really get any height. See? You don't really gain anything from going ham with this. If anything, you can lose height. Let me show you if you do it backwards. Oh no, sorry, I'm too good. Well, my point is, if you start to rocket jump on this, you just give yourself another, what should I call it? You just give yourself another way to fail. Because rocket wall jumping is a bit complicated, and it's best to keep it as little as possible. Not really though, because you can. If you were to speedrun this, that's what I'm trying to say here. If you were to speedrun, people would do this. That you get a little bit faster up, just a tiny bit, not too much. But unless you aim for beating records on this map, just wall jump up and just do one last rocket wall jump on that wall. Really easy. Now we're here in this room. Now I'll place this thing here for you who really have trouble with that wall to rocket wall jump. But you can also, or the most common way to do this and land here and just wall jump up here. It's not too hard, especially when you got this here, because this really makes this checkpoint. It doesn't really count as a checkpoint with that there, to be honest. Oh well. Well, once we get here, this can seem impossible at first glance, because you've got this fence here, you can't really get through. But as you might know, you do have this fling here, so you could utilize this. Fling yourself this way, and then fling yourself back, and land here. Oh shit. Let me try that one more time. There we go, up, and then just boost down, and I can fix this. Yes, I can. There we are. Well, the point is that is possible. It is possible to fling yourself up here, and then you just wall jump up to that. But the intended way to do this is actually a bit more complicated. I wanted you to do this. I can't rocket wall jump. What's wrong with me? There we go, and up there. Oh. That's really the intended way. If you want to do a little bit easier, if you can't do that the normal way, then you can use this. I place this here in case. Jump here and there and there, and then you can I even flew over. So yeah, let's just continue on. There we go. One small jump at the wall there. This is, I've noticed a lot of the newer or beginners having a lot of trouble with this one. So it used to be off zone. You see this off zone block, it's one square. So I used to have off zone here and there and all the way to the roof. I mean, the ledge. It's not a roof there. Lol. So I intended to force you to learn flicks. Yeah? Like this. That was my intention. But I realize it's really hard to learn that as a beginner. It's really complicated, and I talked about that in the first tutorial too. So you can... What I also talked about in the first tutorial was bumps. And that's... If you were to speedrun, that would be the most efficient way to do this. Just stand here and do that. Well, I'm too noob to do that though, so please don't blame me. Come on, let's do this. Oh my god. Yeah, well, the point is, I'm not gonna try again. The point is, you can bump yourself and then wall jump there or there, doesn't really matter, but you need one wall jump. Alternatively, you can sprint. You can just start the sprint, jump, and do one rocket wall jump there. You might want to use more rockets on the wall if you are insecure with the one with rocket wall jumps. It makes it easier to bump yourself back into this place here. And let's continue. This checkpoint, I shit you not, the way I took there, that and that, was the original way of this checkpoint. However, smarter people than me suggested to me, or actually shouted at me to fix this and told me that this is not beginner. So I added this. This is, yeah, well, you just small jump off off that ledge there, shoot there, and you get here, and just wall jump up here. And I've noticed a lot of people getting confused and just continue to climb upwards. And I think that's some complicated human psychology activity or something that's going on, because everyone wants to be on the high ground. Sorry, Anakin Skywalker. So, but you can just jump over there. I'm not really sure if there are any other ways to do this. Yeah, one thing. Some people take this route too. I don't know why you would want to, but if you know that, if you can manage to do that way, you can manage to do this way too. And this is the fastest by far. So, let's continue. This is just a wall jump. Continue to rocket wall jump all the way. And then you just climb upwards, you know. Climb. I'm sorry if I do some advanced mechanics sometimes. I'd say it's in my DNA. I think you can as well take this way, but I don't know why you would want to. That's a lot easier than it looked like from what I was doing. Trust me, this is easy too. If you really can't do that way. But yeah, you just jump, shoot here, shoot there, and then you don't really need to shoot anymore, but just a bit. Or jump up, and you just jump over here, knock yourself in. You can jump to that one too if you don't want to flick. And take this checkpoint. This is an interesting one. The point of this is that you just shoot on that fence until you get down. And there you are. Oh, did I just walk into off-zone? Yes, I did. As I was trying to say, now I've forgotten what important thing I was going to tell you. Oh well. Oh shit, now I can't do this. I might have to cut this one, because I actually have a lot of trouble with these checkpoints like this. I don't know why. I might have to speed this video up. If I die one more time, I'm speeding this up. Thankfully, it wasn't too long. Okay, let's continue. Let's jump up here, and this This is actually quite hard if you are a beginner. Trust me, this is actually a bit advanced. So what you want to do is to just rocket wall jump all the way over. Some clever people told me that this was actually too hard. So I added these things. So if you find trouble on the way while you're rocket wall jumping, you always have these to land on to catch you up so you can continue. I realized that these break the checkpoint slightly, but this is a beginner map after all. I want everyone to be able to finish. Let's take this, and this takes the difficulty level up a notch. This is actually quite hard because you have several curved walls, a lot of them, and you really need to rocket wall jump. Also, remember in the first tutorial video where I told you that I'm concentrating, sorry. Well, I told you that your stamina boost, it's at its strongest the closer you are to the ground. And notice that I've placed it offside, way above the ground. So you can't really boost anywhere. You have minimum control midair. So what you want to do is to use rockets to help you on the way. And you have unlimited ammunition as well, so you don't really need to worry about that. You can do it. It's best to do it backwards if you're insecure. Just a pro tip right there. Because that's where you get speed. And another tip I could give you. Don't go ham and just spray everything, because you lose control. Learn to control your rocket wall jumps. Don't think too much about the unlimited ammunition, because it's actually a bit... I'm just sieging here. Just a second, I had to get back up. Don't think too much. It's not too difficult. Whoops. As I'm failing. Lol. Yeah, well, this, it's mostly the same. You just need to sprint off. The difference here is that you need to do it at a different speed. This time around, you need to aim slightly ahead of you because you're moving a lot faster. So, I think there's actually another way to do this. If you just run off this way. That way you get a lot more... Oh, you don't really... I don't have the unlimited ammunition here. Okay. The best way is to run off that thing. Wall jump there. I mean, rocket wall jump there. And rocket wall jump here. Use 2 rockets on this wall, or 2 on that. It doesn't really matter. Just... You need 2 rocket wall jumps, at least. So, let's continue. This is... taking the difficulty level up a notch. This time around you have unlimited ammunition. Just don't jump off this thing like this. You get way too little speed. Way too little. Here's how you should do it. You sprint, rocket wall jump over that thing. And now you can start to jump as you like and, you know, do these kinds of things, and suddenly there you are. I think I'm moving too quickly ahead. I did add this thing, and in case you were too insecure with this, like I say, this is just rocket wall jumping. It's essential moves. You really need to learn this in ShootMania Storm if you want to play obstacle or elite. No, not really though. You don't really need to know all of this if you want to play the PvP modes, but it's fun nonetheless. You can't deny that. So this is just more of the same, only that this time it's a lot more random. Notice how I switch when I turn around. I'm just holding A or D, depending on the appropriate wall. Now I lost a lot of height. And in between these things, you can stop and climb. In case you lose too much height. It's always helpful. Okay. There we are. Let's do it one more time. And this time I'll try to do it a bit quicker. Oh, let's do it one more time. And there we go. Also, one thing I've noticed, most of the experienced players, when they do this, they are up there, and when they come into this place, they just whee and land over there somewhere, and just sit there and are really confused why the checkpoint is all the way down here. Well, let's continue. Here, this is, at first glance, this may seem a lot of harder than it actually is. Let's not do that. I need to control myself. No CJ, Kenny. No CJ. So let's continue. What you do here it's actually okay to be retard, because you can spray as much as you like. So if all you need to do really is to rocket wall jump. No, I mean wall jump there and just spray. And there you are. It's not really too hard. This checkpoint, I didn't actually intend it to be this easy, but then again, it is training to turn around and holding A and D and A and D and A and D and spray. So this is actually harder than it looks, because it's quite far away. What should the best tip here be? I don't really know. Yeah, that could be it. Just jump, rocket wall jump, and just shoot slightly while you're holding A, and then you'll land slow. You'll land safely here. But you're not done yet. You have this to worry about. This is there's several ways to do this. This is my personal favorite, CJ. But some people do that. This is actually a mechanic that's special for obstacle. In all of the other game modes in ShootMania Storm, you cannot jump on the same wall twice. Yeah? So... oh, no. The example I wanted to show you is I jump, shoot myself in, and I jump on the same wall again. This you can utilize on several occasions. I can try to go back here and do it. You see, it's a really common move actually. One of the first moves that were introduced by the players back in the day, I believe. So you can start to learn that. It's actually a bit easy, can be easier. Oh, you can just... I just realized something. You don't even really need to do anything, just jump and jump. There you are. Okay, now you know that. It's really easy. And then you just go down here. Hop on this, hop on this, hop on this. You can manage this. This is a bit more tricky. Not really though. You just jump up and shoot yourself in. You need to shoot, otherwise you just fall down. This is a trap. You can't jump. Notice my stamina. I'm trying to jump. Doesn't work. I don't know why. Lame. No, Deo. So I added these things. The whole point here is that you need to jump. Otherwise you can't walk here. You cannot just walk over there. It's impossible. If you do that, send me a screenshot. Much appreciated. Thank you. So once you get here, and this is fences, and I realized that many of you get cancer just from looking at fences. Oh, including me actually. But it's not too hard. Just don't stop. Don't stop on the fence. Just jump and jump, and there you are. Same here. Jump, jump. There you go, and you can just rocket wall jump over to this place. And now we are on this checkpoint. Here you just run, jump, maybe a rocket wall jump or two, rocket jump again, or you can tower jump like we showed you in the one of the checkpoints there. You try to do that too. And jump. Then you don't really need to do anything, you just wall jump your way to victory. I don't really know if there's anything else you can. Yeah, you can probably do this too. Still, yeah. There you go, a cut. Well, this is actually a lot easier than it looks. Let's continue. Was that too fast? Yeah. Well, this is. You should have learned some of this. I can't really go back. Can I go back? I want to do that again. I can actually go back. Wait a minute. I'm sorry. Pause the tutorial for a minute. I'm doing science here. If I fail one more time, I'm not doing science after all. There we are. I'm just... Bloody lamps! Oh, I'm actually doing this. There we are, back in. Yeah, what I was trying to say before I was rudely interrupted by going on that checkpoint and saw a corner. What you do, you just need to keep yourself high enough by spraying on this wall. You don't actually need to spray too much. I think 3 rockets is enough with 1 rocket wall jump, and then you just spray on the wall there. There you go, and you just spray, holding D, or A actually. And you need to finish off with 1 jump here too. So this is actually so easy, I don't even need to tell you about it. It's so easy that I fail even. Oh my god, okay, so you just jump on that thing. I don't think you need to jump on that thing. Maybe you do, I don't really know. Let's try again. Yeah, actually you do. You do. At least 1 wall jump. And that should do. And there you are. Yeah. This, everyone should be able to do this one. So you just jump here, go, and you can boost there, and continue. There we are. This is mostly the same. All of these previous checkpoints, the past 3 or 4 checkpoints, are really similar. It's basically designed so that you will learn rocket wall jumping properly. The best way to start learning it would be to sometimes keep going forward rocket wall jumping, like rocket wall jump forward. Wait. Oh, the lamps. Why do I add? Oh, because this map gets dark sometimes. So yeah, let's continue. Just continue testing. This is harder. This is the end of shit. Let's get back there. Back up. This is actually a lot harder than you think, because what your goal is to get over that fence. And that fence is actually really tall, as you will realize shortly. A lot of people just fling themselves back and forth and then go there, and yeah. But I will show you this way. Wall jump, and you need 3 rockets. 2 to break you down, the 3rd one to rocket wall jump, and you can use a 4th just to, yeah, up your speed a bit backwards. Do it one more time. Try this way now. Oh. Okay. I can show you this too though, if I can do this. Bear in mind, I suck at this part. Well, this is what I was talking about earlier. Knock yourself in after you wall jump, and then you can wall jump again. That's possible too. So I hope you can do this, because we have reached the end of part 2 of this tutorial series. I hope this was useful, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the third one soon.